Can't ball in a life, man. Go on with it, go on with it.
Besties, do you have a second? Hey, friend.
Hey, best friend. Girl, what you doing?
Hey, the best squad. It's your girl, Ebony, the best. Guys, I have a few topics for us to go through, but before I get started, let me start by saying everything I'm about to say is all alleged, all in my opinion, and it's all for entertainment purposes that is covered by the copyright law fair use. But guys, let's get into these hot topics.
Do me a favor, don't talk to me.
So the best squad, y'all already know how I do with these hot topics. They short and to the point. Now this young lady is really crazy. She unalive her husband, buried him in the backyard, and went ahead and married somebody else. But let me let y'all hear this.
This is real footage of Lori Shaver walking down the aisle to marry her new husband after murdering and burying her previous husband in her backyard. This all started in 2015 when 36-year-old Michael Shaver mysteriously disappeared in Florida. His friends and family immediately became worried, but his wife Lori claimed that he abandoned her and the kids and that he wanted to start a new life. However, Michael's friends and family tried to get in touch with him but could never reach him. Eventually, Michael messaged his close friends and family and asked to be left alone. Then, not even a year later, Lori meets a man named Travis Filmer. They quickly got married and they had this beautiful ceremony with both their friends and family in Lori's backyard, which was this huge 5-acre property. At this point, 3 years go by since anyone's heard anything from Michael, and no one has filed a missing persons report. It wasn't until one day his close friend noticed that Michael was uploading very strange photos on Facebook, and he felt like something was off, so he asked police if they could go to his house where he lived with Lori and do a welfare check. The officer went to the backyard, which again was this huge 5-acre property, and described having this weird feeling. He said that Lori's demeanor was completely calm, like she had nothing to hide. And then he notices a cement slab with the outline of what appeared to be a human body. They quickly got a search warrant and they began digging in the backyard, and it wasn't long until they found Michael's body buried under the cement, which turns out was actually poured with the help of Lori's new husband. Her new husband testified and said that he had no idea that Michael's body was laying there and believed the story that Lori was telling everyone. So this entire time, Lori was the one logging into Michael's Facebook and uploading all these strange photos and responding to his friends and family pretending to be him. Now, things get even crazier because when Lori was arrested, she pled not guilty, and her defense tried to pin everything on her 7-year-old daughter, claiming that she shot her father while trying to defend her mother. The jury was not convinced, and Lori was convicted of second-degree murder and was sentenced to life in prison.
You know what I'm thinking, the best squad? Like, how she thinks she was going to get away with, texting texting from a dead man's phone for how long she thinks she was going to last with this. I'm telling you, these people, listen. Child, I thought man was wicked, but these women, baby, what this sister did to
then
this man,
dismembered this man and pretended to help his
to
family
this
look for
one,
him.
because
So this is 32-year-old Stephen
Ma'am.
Coleman, and that was 30-year-old Sierra Sutton, and this goes back to 2017 when the two were dating. Now, August 16 is the last time Sierra said she saw her man, but it was August 18 when she called the police and filed a missing persons report. She also told his family that he was not returning her calls, and that was very weird for them. She left Stephen's house and moved in with his family temporarily so she can help them search for this man. Now, it was August 20th when Sierra decided to get two of her male friends to go back to Stephen's apartment to remove some of the furniture. August 22nd, police get a phone call from the landfill like, hey, come down here, we just found a torso. Police get down there, and even without DNA needed, they realize that this torso matches up with the missing persons report of Stephen Coleman. So they get a search warrant, and August 24th, they go back to Stephen's apartment, and they realize, yes, the furniture is missing, but they found a lot of blood. They found blood in the kitchen, the bathroom, the bedrooms, and even inside of Sierra's Jeep. Now, they start looking for Sierra, but at this point, she's nowhere to be found, so they're questioning her friends, talking to her friends and family members. Sierra confessed to several of her friends that she unalived Stephen while he was asleep. After unaliving him, she quickly realized that he would be too heavy for her, so she dismembered this man. And she also told them she did this all while her 10-year-old daughter was asleep on the couch. Now, police are going over so much footage, they're looking for clues, and they find this one Walmart footage of a person that appears to be Sierra Sutton. They're buying duct tape and a mattress pad. Now, the weird thing about this is that it looks like it's Sierra, but this is happening after Stephen was already missing. couple weeks later, they realized that Sierra fled to Louisiana so she can drop her daughter off to one of her close friends. And just a couple weeks after that, police then found her in another apartment complex in Louisiana, and they took her in. From the research that I did, it says that Sierra was sentenced to 45 years in prison. Rest in peace, Stephen Coleman.
You know what, the best squad? I think I'm going to call this segment right here Short Crime Hot Topics. One of my subby who dragged me in my comment section said something because she was like, you know, you have Love and Marriage Huntsville mix with all of this, and you have true crime, and you have this. So you know what? I'm going to call this Short True Crime Stories. Now, let's get into this one because, friend, you killed your friend just to get her kids? For what? Some of us women are trying to run away from not having our kids, and it's not funny, y'all. Let's take this seriously. But this young lady befriend this woman. They become very good friends, doing things together. This lady ended up unaliving her, took her children. But let me let y'all hear this.
So this is Angela, this is Gabby, and the two were actually friends until Angela shot Gabby and stole her children. So this goes back to May of 2021 when the incident occurred, but it says before this the two met on Facebook and they became friends in real life. They had picnics together. It say they were showing up for each other in places where friends needed to. At one time or another, Angela actually showed up at the hospital for Gabby, and Gabby was very appreciative of the friend that she had. So in May of 2021, Angela calls Gabby and say, hey, I have something for you on the boards and I'll be over there to bring it to you. Of course, Gabby is like, okay, friend, I'll see you later. Now, when they get over there, at one point or another throughout this interaction, Angela goes up behind Gabby with a charger cord and puts it around her neck. Once Angela got behind Gabby with the charger cord, she actually yells out and said, I'm taking the boys because they're not yours. Gabby is confused because she's really thinking like, we're friends. What are you talking about? Where is this coming from? Now, Gabby realizes what's going on instantly. She tries to get herself out this situation. She's running. She's trying to get to her boys, and she hears one pop. One pop turns to three, and she realizes I need to get myself out of this situation. She runs out the house and runs to a neighbor's house, and they don't answer the door. She runs to another neighbor, and before you know it, she ends up seeing her sister, and she's able to tell everyone what is happening. This girl has my children. Now, at this point, Angela here was actually going by a fake name that she made up, and that name was Kathleen Daniels. So that's also the name that the family knew. Of course, they call 911, police get there, and they on it quick. She's still up. Gabby is still up. She's still alive. Now, mind y'all, the pops that she heard, one hit her in her right temple, one hit her in her left breast, and one hit her in her thigh. Regardless, that woman stayed alert until she got her message across to let the police know this is the name, I got camera footage, and I need my children. Now, although it took police just a little while, they went to Angela's house, and Angela wasn't there, her mom was. Now, what's crazy is that Angela's mom really thought that Angela had these babies. She was going around telling people like, I'm pregnant and I'm expected to have 2 kids. So when the family saw the babies, they thought nothing of it. They thought this woman really had children, even though she never had a stomach. Now, fortunately, the same day that this incident occurred, 20 miles outside of Savannah is where Angela would be discovered, and the police would immediately arrest this woman. Fortunately, the children were okay. They were never harmed in any type of way, and Gabby made a full recovery. November 7, 2023, it says that Angela actually pled guilty but mentally ill, and she had 4 charges, including taking those children. God will always have the last say, so thank you for covering this woman and her children. But she still managed to get herself away. I'm so happy this does not end with a rest in peace.
Did y'all hear about the young lady whose dog mauled her to death? Her own dog? Y'all take a listen to this.
Simone Like died on Sunday on what would have been her 32nd birthday after she was bit by a pit bull inside her apartment on the north side. And tonight her family is remembering her with a balloon release at Smitty's Pub as they await to hear what will happen to the pit bull.
It broke my heart to know that she had been mauled for 23 minutes and nobody came. Nobody came around.
In the complex.
Nobody in the complex. Nobody that was there. They just left her.
Simone Like's family says she had a friend over on the night of the attack at the Lennox Apartments when a pit bull attacked her, ripping off her arm. The details are graphic.
He got a hold of the arm, and then he kept going, and then he went down the side of the body. So he ended up puncturing
her whole stomach,
all of this side. So he got the heart, he got the lungs, he mauled her.
When I tell you people will do anything for money, yo, this lady was trying to trick her dying mother into signing a letter that will cut her brothers out of the will for over, what, 930K?
All right, you ready, Mum? We're going to do the signature. Okay? I'm going to put the pen in your hands, and I'm just going to...
Gonna kill her.
No, I ain't. All right, hold on, Mum. Let me just try and put the pen through. There, Mum. Let me go this way. Mum, relax. There you go. All right. Mum, I'm going up with a pen on you. Ready, Mum? Do you agree to this? Mum?
Yeah.
You agree to it? There you go.
Okay, all right. Well,
All right,
thank
Mum.
you for that.
So I can't find the rest of the screenshot that I did, but in the end, it was the mom ended up passing away, and these two sisters try to show the judge that the mom signed the will, but he looked at it and said this was coerced and basically throw the whole thing out. So their little plot to get all the money and to cut their brothers out did not work in the end. Like, people are so shisty and disgusting. Now, past the sad stories, I found this thing on Instagram and I thought it was so cute. Would you be able to find your child either by their hands or by their feet, by, you know, the way how their feet look? We thought about it, and I looked at our children's hands, and we definitely could identify our children. This was so cute. Guys, this is all I have for the short crime hot topics. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Talk to y'all in the next video. Bye.
Identify your child by feet in 10 seconds.
Meditate daily, baby enlighten, baby make racks, baby spend cash, baby go get it and she don't gotta ask. Baby gon' run it up like an athlete, plays gold at the track meet. At the stadium show going super hard, cause baby a superstar. Just bought a crib out of lake, off of the grid and out of LA.